Hey folks, I'm Aspen and this is RimWorld, one of my favorite games of all time. I have about 2,000 hours in this game, and today we are going to start a run using tribal impids. So if that doesn't mean anything to you, we'll take a look here in a minute. For now, let's go ahead and get the run set up. As you can see, we're going to do a tribal start, lost tribe. This may make it take a little bit longer than a standard run, but I found with doing the xenogenetics, the best way to keep a mostly cohesive colony is to use the ability to have children added with the biotech DLC. So we're going to go ahead and try to make sure we have a partnered up couple and get going. We're going to be playing Randy Random. And while I can and have beat losing his funds many, many times, today we're just going to go with a little more chill, and we're going to go with Strive to Survive. Reload anytime, as I have had issues in the past with the game corrupting or not working, even with the very few mods I have. I will put the mod list in the description. And our seed is going to be Aspen. Going to go ahead and bump up the population as well as the temperature, and then we'll leave our factions alone. While I always debate turning off mechs, we'll go ahead and leave them there. And here's our map. Looks like our desert's up in the north. I'm guessing because we made it a slightly warmer map, the desert is normally on the south, so that's interesting that it generated up there. Looks like we've got a lot of year-round growing up there still, a lot of trade nearby, so that's good. I think down here is just arid shrubland. I don't see anything else deserty. So since our impids are heat resistant or have the gene that makes them heat resistant, I think we will go ahead and do desert, though not extreme desert. So if you'll give me a minute here, I'm going to look around where we're at. It looks like we've got a lot of good trading potential with the pigs, the outlanders, and the empire. So let me find where we're going to be. We're going to settle this desert tile by Purple Woodpecker C. It is a 50-60 growing with a northern coast, so that should be interesting. I don't play a lot of coastal tiles. You can see that we have our purple outlanders nearby and a road going between us. So hopefully with a horse, dromedary, mule, whatever, we should be pretty quick getting over there to trade. We'll also go ahead and bump up the size of the map to 275, 275. Go ahead and create our custom ideology. I never know what to choose here, so I think we'll just go with animist. And since we're tribal, let's go ahead and start with collectivist. And I'll go ahead and take a minute here and get our ideology set up. And here we have Aspen's Arrows, a collectivist ideology. I'll be honest, I forgot that drug use starts prohibited as collectivist, so I have changed it to medical only. So if we need to use penoxycyline or any of the medical drugs, I think that's really the only primary one we can. So that has been changed. Child labor comes preset as that part of collectivist. Other than that, not too much of a change. I did change the clothing rules just to be nothing. They can wear whatever, and physical love to free, as trying to have a colony that's mostly one xenotype. Kids are going to be very important, and I don't want the run to be waiting forever for someone to get married, since that sometimes doesn't happen. We also have just a standard leader and moral guide, a social festival, Sky Lantern Festival, and drum party that will get us a random recruit, recharger, psi focus, and nearby goodwill. And buildings are pretty standard, and a relic of a flame bow. So let's go look at our colonists. Obviously this part can take a long time, so I am going to set everyone to impid, and then I will show you who we rolled, and we'll get our colony going. Meet our 5 colonists. We have Sezen, a tough shooter with okay cooking and some art if we really need them to do it. We have Haz, a jogger With okay plants, you can see that the impids have poor plants, so even though he already has a learned level of 7, it's still negative. We have a Forath, a fast walker, hard worker, tortured artist with a magical art skill of 1. Decent medical, social, again, the plants is really poor. Then we have our 2 smart, industrious Novo with good construction and melee. Plants, again, is pretty low, but they are 2 smart, so, and a double passion. And then we have Cuz, who is also tough and can do social, intellectual, and art, will be our main researcher. Future Aspen here. Just wanted to let you know that we are going to switch over to the in-game audio I recorded while I was playing now. I did the first part of this voiceover, but there is so much explanation and so many things I am clicking that I don't think I can reasonably make the voiceover line up and make sense. So if you notice a change in audio quality, that is why. And in the future, we may go ahead and switch over fully to voiceover. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And thanks for watching. The gods were very angry. The blood machines came at night. They swept through your village, cutting and burning your people with their blades and devil fire. Only a few of you escaped. Now, after a harrowing journey, with no friends to turn to, you must build a new home in the wilderness, like your ancestors did. Welcome to the desert. And this is our impid colony. We have a few mods on. I do have camera plus on, so we can see the entire map. I am quite sure we have no good growing, but oh, we did actually get a pretty big spot up here. And we'd like to check and see where our anima tree is because we are tribal. I'm sure it's in a terrible place because my luck is always that it's in a terrible place. Actually, it's not the worst place I've seen. And we're in the desert, so I actually should take a look at our terrain because I believe you cannot build... You can't build stone on soft sand. There's a lot of geothermals here, which is really nice. There's 4 of them. That's an amazing amount of geothermals all in one little place. So I think we'll build here. And then it is a little walk over to the anima tree, but not so bad. Right on the edge of that radius for it. We're going to do growing here. Geothermals here. Sweet. All right. Let's grab our colonists. Something I like to do is put my melee on one side, shooting on the other. And we didn't roll the best fighters, so you'll be melee. So this, I believe, is the better. Yeah, so we'll give them the knife, give you the spear. We'll just give you the pila. You're not gonna ever hit anything, and you two can get the short bows. Come in here and right click on allow, unforbid everything. I have no idea, but we came with a high explosive shell. I guess if something goes crazy, maybe we can shoot it, because IEDs and mortars are a long ways off. Animal-wise, we got a dog, which is always fantastic to train to halt. We got a horse, which is really nice, and a cat, which, whatever. The cats, my cats always seem to get eaten by predators, so we'll see how long our new cat, Simon, lasts. And with that, we'll unpause. Start our zones. Let's just get a stockpile zone, dumping zone, and get to growing some rice before we all starve. This is the desert. I did see some donkeys, so we will likely need to go hunting. Get some, we'll just go ahead and get the rice going for now. We'll come back and get some other things going as we can. get into our work schedule, go set everyone up. You can shift click, which I will be honest, I always forget. We'll just put it on a 4 when we need it. Basic 4. We'll manually handle that when we need to. Cook. We'll go ahead and put both on cooking. Put them on hunting. Oh, it looks like Sezen did not equip their bow. Come here. Oh, and then of course someone picked it up. Okay, we'll fix that in a minute. Back into our work schedule. Construct. We are impids, so we have terrible plants. It says in here though is no, this isn't the one. One of them is too smart, industrious with a double passion. So should learn really fairly quickly. Yeah, you can see that XP going up right now. That one's gonna take a while because we're at -4 and -4. So we're gonna have rice for a while, and it means no growing eel root, which means we may need to go purchase some. Go ahead and turn off home area because I don't want them cleaning the outdoors. We'll just manually handle that. And we have a decent amount of wood, but that won't last long. And we are heat resistant though, so that may help overall with the need for passive coolers because we probably aren't going to have those. Go ahead and throw down a caravan spot. So we'll rope our horses, put our meditation spots down to start meditating for our Psylinks, and set up our schedule. We'll have them meditate for a bit every morning and a bit of recreation before bed. And we may adjust this later on as we need to, but that should work. I really don't want to use the wood to build. I'm a little concerned about doing that. I guess we can start deconstructing. We should have enough folks to haul. We'll go ahead and just toss down some sleeping spots. Got some pemmican for now. We don't have any great mining either, although this is a flat map. So you can see we don't have a lot of minerals. That is the colorblind mineral mod. I find it really helpful for me being able to see things. Although I am not personally colorblind, I had a really hard time seeing some of the ores. So we've got some steel. I hate to use that for building either. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and just start ripping up floors and see how much, and deconstructing some of these ruins and see how much stone we can get. I think this was all marble. Looks like granite and probably limestone. Yeah, we don't need them to deconstruct that. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a work zone since we don't have an inside right now. We will, just so we can keep things nearby if we're being raided. So manage, and we'll rename this just nearby. And away we go. Let's look at our wildlife. Yeah, we don't have much. And I know we don't have much pemmican either. We should probably go ahead and toss down a butcher table. And while they're not going to like it, we're probably going to be eating raw food. We'll have Sezen grab his bow. We may also be eating our pets. We'll see. And it doesn't look like he has anything to do, so you have him work on this iguana. Short bows are so painful. Oh, hey, we hit. All right. What do you do? Snova is our builder. Susan is going to help with cooking and probably just hauling after that. Oh, I forgot to finish setting up work. So we won't worry about smithing, tailoring, crafting right now, or research. Eventually we'll worry. So haul and clean when you're not cooking. Your construction 4. Go ahead and have you do construction. I think you're our only decent miner. Haul and clean, and when you're not constructing growing, then haul and clean. And you're not doing much of anything. Oh, you're a okay miner as well. Okay, construction, so you'll be our primary cleaner and hauler. Go ahead and get our bills set up. Do forever. We are not cannibals. So, no cannibals. Never know what'll happen in the desert, though. I did not think my last run was going to be a Granland tree run, but I kept not having food, so we ended up with a lot of Granland trees. I think 10 or 12 trees in the end. Go ahead and tell our 2 animals to stay nearby, so hopefully they don't get eaten by any predators. Let's see where those dromedaries are. They're pretty far over. The donkeys, not too bad. All right. So what I want is just kind of a great room to start. And they won't be happy about it, but it'll be better than nothing. I think just for the sake of not having food poisoning, we'll do a little kitchen and little prison. Is that what I want to do? Or doesn't look centered. Why doesn't it look centered? Oh, because I did 8. Well, let's go 9. There we go. And that'll give us a little tiny prison and probably a little tiny hospital, or at least semi-clean room. Oh, and we did end up rolling a married couple, so I actually can put them a sleep spot on the sand. I'm sure that will be delightful for them. See who our married couple was. Go into social, Larash, and Sehaz. Sehaz? I'm not sure how to say some of these names. We may be giving them nicknames. All right, so let's assign that. Has and 4F. And let's go in and set everyone to fight back if they're attacked. Doctor care, but no medicine. They can wear anything right now. Let's not eat rotten food. I honestly don't know that I've ever seen them eat rotten food. I guess maybe rotten corpses, but I don't know that I've ever seen a pawn try to do that. So we'll turn off human meat and insect meat. If we need to turn it back on, we will. We'll also turn off hay and kibble, and then all these things that are uh, not edible. I guess they must have some nutritional value, but we won't worry about that. They can eat raw food for now. I did want to see if we grew any agave. I didn't see much, as to be expected in the desert. Thought we did get a little agave, but maybe that's only in arid shrubland. Got an ancient danger, got 2 ancient dangers, which I'm a little surprised on a flat map. We got 2. All right, while everyone's sleeping, let's speed up. Yeah, no agave at all. So we really do need to come get these animals while we can. Go ahead and get a donkey. I don't want to get too much because we won't be able to eat it fast enough and it'll spoil. Pretty good shots. It'll bleed out, so we'll just come grab it in the morning. Which wood did we get? 405. I want to hold on to it. I know they're going to get a mood debuff from eating raw food. And we do have some cactus, but we need to build a research bench. And yeah, I'm just concerned about using wood with how sparse it is. So hopefully they'll start getting our stone up here today and we'll be able to at least get our small base into place over the next few days. Actually, as learned 3 levels, we're almost officially up to level 0. Learned level 4, so we're getting there. It's gonna take some time. So while we're letting our stone get pulled in, wanted to go ahead and take a minute and show you the impids. This is an in-game biotech DLC. I did not design this, so this is not a custom xenotype. They have the fire spew ability, weak immunity, which not having heal roots a little scary, slow wound healing, so they're going to take longer to recover, but they're very fast runners. They're unhappy, heat tolerant, cold weakness, fire resistance, poor melee, and then poor plants and poor animals with our variations in skin tone and hair color. I think this might be a challenging run. We have the weak melee, which does melee damage factor is 50%. So I think even though we have some okay melee pawns, we are not going to be able to rely on that. Oh, wow, a transport pod crash. Let's go ahead and pause. The unhappy is also going to be an interesting challenge. Hopefully we have some folks pair up and we get some buffs from couples, marriages, something like that. We also don't like drugs, so once we get better food production, we may actually need to look at some of the better meals. I rarely make lavish or fine meals. Most of the time, I don't have a lot of mood problems, but we may be having mood problems. And then, of course, fire spew, interesting option for our combat. I haven't really used it a whole lot. I've had some impids in colonies, but I have to say I tend to neglect or forget to use it. So we'll take a look at that, and then we're tribal, so we'll get some psi casting. Let's go look at our transport pod. It is from an enemy, so we won't be able to capture them. As a waster, I bet. Yeah, psychite dependency. A slowpoke body modder. Good plants. It's unfortunate. Do they have any gear? No. Well, we're just gonna pretend like we didn't see them because we've got nowhere to put them. Obviously, the game wants us to get some defenses. We're just gonna have to use what is around. I would really like to get walls up. We're slowly getting. We've got some limestone, a little bit of granite. We're getting there. What they're doing down here. Hoping to get a fair amount out of this. The floor tiles seem like they normally give you a fair amount. We may end up ripping up these two just to get the steel. We're going to need every resource we can find. Here is our mechanator or mechanator. I'm not entirely sure. Start if we wanted to get mechs later on. Don't think we'll be destroying that now. I do see we have some more tile over here if we need to rip up more floors. Fortunately, the cobblestone doesn't give you resources back. That's why I tend... Oh, and our donkey has died. Let's go ahead and allow the donkey. Here. There we go. They're grabbing it. And right as we hit low food. Okay, they'll be unhappy about it, and unfortunately our animals are going to eat the food too. So that makes our food go even smaller amount. Really do want to keep the horse because it'll allow us to trade with that even faster. We've got a little bit of gold. We may be able to go buy some pemmican. Probably get this fox while it's up here. Wait for it to go to sleep. Well, I guess Sezen's not doing anything. Here, let's go get another donkey. Just goes right back to sleep. All right, good enough. We'll let him... Oops, we'll let him go to bed. And speed her back up. ahead and deconstruct this steel. Thought I saw some more. Yeah, so we can make some doors without using our wood. Got all our rice down, at least started. Go ahead and expand that. And we'll get a little growing zone. Make sure we're in our, yeah. And we'll get some cotton. Oh, we did start with tree sowing. I forgot that we start with tree sowing. I don't think we have anyone with high enough skill. Nope, and there's our first breakdown. Knew it was coming. Yeah. Hungry, ate raw food, slept in the cold, slept outside, slept on the ground. I'm comfortable. Ate without a table. Poor sleep. Yeah. We knew they were going to happen. And let's go ahead and throw down another growing zone of some potatoes. Our growers are working on food. That's probably enough. I think our horse is probably, yeah, horse is actually okay. Yeah. We can move them over here. See if they can't eat a little grass. All right, where is our donkey? There it is. Hey, go get this donkey. The dromedaries would give us milk, but we don't have a way to keep them fed. I don't think that's going to help us much. Yep, and as we saw, we have two ancient dangers, and we're about to have another breakdown. Welcome to RimWorld, where everything is upsetting all the time for our poor pawns. We've gotten a decent amount of stone. We've got some steel. Get our doors in. Doesn't do much, so go ahead and put hunting up. I normally manually do it, but just that he doesn't have much to do. We'll let him hunt. See, the fennec foxes decided to hang out with us. I'll probably eat our cat. We should probably take care of that. See but any scratch risks an infection, and we have weak immunity and slow wound healing, so we really need the bows. I would normally say let's just melee it, but I think we'll wait. Let's be a quick sleeper. No, jogger, why are you up in the middle of the morning? We'll take a quick look at our pawns. We have, I think I already looked at Sezen, who is tough. Oh, yep. I said it was gonna happen. I need these two to move or they're gonna get shot. Sezen, come back. Let's move them back so we don't get friendly fired by a Pila. Oh, I forget that they, how do we do? It's a scratch. Come back here. Not gonna live much longer. There it goes. And our cat is fine. Simon the cat. Okay, undraft. And here come the infections. I'll just set these medical. And who is our doctor? Goraf. Please come tend. While I'm thinking about it, let's go into our health tab and set our defaults to doctor care but no medicine, so we don't lose what little medicine we have. And we'll go ahead and hunt that. We'll go ahead and let them bed rest. They didn't take too much damage. I knew that was going to happen. I should have just hunted the thing. It is what it is. Oh, and our next major break. Is construction. Oh, we need a name. Well, we'll just go. Settlement name. Well, in honor of our cat, who will inevitably die, Simon's Rest. Ah, the mood hit. Ate raw food. Yeah, we are unhappy campers, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like we ran out of marble blocks, so we'll switch over to sandstone. This over just a touch. This will actually be closed off, so we'll do, oops. 2 doors here so we don't have to redo it. And we're running out of steel. There more steel? All right, we'll sacrifice a bit of wood to get the doors in. And we have some food. And we have our first raid. Oh, I've had a Rika recently in a run. A waster, psychopath hard worker, won't do dumb labor. We don't have a place to capture anyway. Let's take a look. I forgot to look if they were preparing. Nope, attacking immediately. Okay, yeah, let's go. We have weak melee, which isn't great, but hopefully we can do something resembling kiting. What the? Oh, don't. Oh. Oh, that's the most RimWorld thing ever. Just bashed in the cat, and then the dog saved the day. Oh, with a shattered jaw, though. I don't know that we can fix that, but we're gonna try to keep our hero dog alive. I think that's what did poor Rika in. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we named Simon's Rest as we did. I think that is a good place of excitement to leave off. It's about a third into the season. I am going to try and make these probably about 5 to 10 in-game days a piece so that they're a little more episodic and they don't get too long. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of RimWorld, and as always, have a pleasant day, and I'll see you next time as we go take care of our hero Fantasia.